Mr. EDERER, you are here in Chișinău on the occasion of 20th anniversary of Carat Asigurări. How you characterize those 20 years of Carat?
Very exciting 20 years, very challenging 20 years, also with mainly ups and also some downs, which is normal. I'm very happy that we decided 20 years ago to come to this market. Thankful that we didn't know everything what's ahead of us, and we found the right persons, the right employees, the right colleagues to run this company and create out of a company who started with 2 people, now employing more than roughly 200 people, and we are at least number 4, but there is no huge difference between the number 1. But where we are most proud of it, we are by far the most strongest company in the country.
Okay, let's get to the group business. You are present in most of the Central European markets. Are there any business lines in all those countries who are more successful than others?
It differs from country to country. In our last really success story is our business in Romania, and we are really proud of that we just started with the MTPL business, I guess 7 years ago. We had at the time a target to reach a certain position, and it was the right decision at the right time. And we showed in the last years that GRAWE Insurance is providing an excellent service with a high digitalization. We are now, I guess, we have a market share of roughly 13% in the car business, and this is something tremendous. And we as a group are really proud what we achieved in Romania. But we had also success in other countries too. We are, for instance, in Montenegro, very successful in a small market. We are successful in a middle-sized market like Croatia, where we started already 30 years ago. So we are quite happy. And the most thing I'm proud of as somebody who was responsible from the beginning on is that we could transfer not even our knowledge, we could transfer also our culture. And I saw it today too. It's a GRAWE culture. So people here in this country are proud of working for our company, proud of working for our group, and this is something which gives me a lot of, let's say, to be proud.
Yes, it's okay to be proud because you made a lot. You export your culture here. The CE region I spoke about passed through a little bit too many crises last year. It means COVID crisis, then war in Ukraine, then it was a huge inflation. How you comment about insurers in Central and Eastern Europe? How does the English word? How resilient they are?
I guess the insurance industry, as an industry, has resilience in their core business model. So this is also quite a good differentiation between insurance and banks. So resilience and taking things for quite a longer term is something which is in our DNA, I would say. I think that the insurance industry in these countries does quite a good job. I'm I'm really excited that in these countries the industry could better cope with crisis than, for instance, in Germany or in Austria. We are not used to that crisis. So adjustments, adoptions are going quite faster in these countries because you had to act in this way. Otherwise, you wouldn't be there starting at the end of the 80s where we are now. So in these 35 years, these countries of the former Eastern Bloc performed, in my opinion, really well, and we also learn a lot. So if you are open-minded, we as Austrians, we shouldn't say we know everything. Definitely not. We can learn a lot from our daughter companies in these different regions. For instance, our Romanian daughter company is doing an excellent job, very productive, very efficient. So we are happy to act in these countries. And coming back to the question, how did the insurance company proceed in these years? I would say definitely very good. I see it now as a little bit more experienced insurance guy. I'm now in the insurance industry since 40 years. So there were a lot of changes going on. And on the long run, it was getting better and better.
We have an expression in Romanian, what is not killing you, it makes you stronger. Probably it's the same with the
Get the same word in German. Was dich nicht umbringt, macht dich nur härter, which means what doesn't kill you, it makes you harder or stronger.
Okay, a final question. Every crisis contains an opportunity. What was the main lesson those three crises I mentioned bring it to you? The most important, the most relevant lesson?
Oh, that's not easy to answer. What I want to answer is, for sure, crisis gives you opportunities. Crisis is challenging. You have to think about new ways, other ways. Even if you fall down, the most important thing is standing up and looking forward. So I would say, for instance, in Moldova, when we were expelled from the green card, it was quite a huge crisis. And for us, as in a country where MTPL business and green card business was so important, this was quite a challenge. And we made the decision not to give up. We have to made the decision together with Veronica, let's fight, let's do. And looking back the last 10 years, it was the right movement. And we wouldn't probably do so if we were not in this crisis. So after it works out well, it's easier to talk about crisis. But yes, crises are a chance, and never give up.
We just come from Vienna where Exprime Group organized a conference regarding ESG.
Yeah.
And the main question was if it's fashion or if it's a necessity.
To give a non-political answer, it's a lot more fashion than a necessity. Especially, it's not a necessity how European Union makes this process. For sure, there's no discussion about the need of ESG. The need of we know climate change for sure. We have to act. We are in the in Europe. We are social orientated. We have quite a good governance. But what we do not think, what we shouldn't think that we are responsible for the rest of the world. And what we get from the politicians is they do not really act where pollution comes from. So there is no doubt about CO2 emissions. So that's very clear. That's the main reason why we have climate change. Why do not act where pollution comes from? That means acting on oil companies, coal companies, on how you produce things, but that would need actions from the politician to do it easier, to put it to banks and insurance and make a huge bureaucracy which costs a lot and isn't by far not so efficient. That's my opinion personally.
Thank you very much. I look forward to see you here on 25th anniversary of GRAWE. I will be here making few interviews. I will change the questions for sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to talk with you. All the best.